Howdy gamers, how's it going? Sorry this series is going way longer than I thought. I think this one hopefully will be the last one. So just to start off, this is just a video I made. I essentially got all of my top clips on stream that were not in the other stream highlight one. I just took my top clips and all of the ones that aren't somewhere else and I just threw them into one video. This one I did edit myself and it's pretty apparent. I tried to make it as organized as possible. I spent a lot of time working on this video, but for me it's kind of hard. Like the higher effort videos are like strange for me because stuff like this and a good couple of them take way more time than my other videos, but they don't perform better. So I always have this weird relationship with them. This one, though, I really wanted to make. Shotcut is the program I use for editing videos. It's open source, and it's cross-platform to Linux and Windows, and so I wanted something like that. It's really fun. It's really, really customizable. Its UI is really nice, and it can be tailored to either a more basic experience or like a power user experience. It's capable of being both something like Adobe Premiere, or it's capable of being something like Camtasia. It can serve either extreme or anywhere in between. I think it's so underrated. Essentially because a lot of people are like, yo, just use DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve looks like shit. I don't know how they found a way to make a video editing program look shittier than Sony Vegas. Whatever. Alright, so next video is whenever I went to the ER. I was pretty sick. So in the last 2 years I've been working, I took 0 days off. I simply just, I never get sick enough to the point like I can't go to work. Generally, my immune system's pretty decent, but I was really sick, and I've not felt that sick, like, since I was a kid. I thought I was having a heart attack, and I went to the ER, and they're like, yo, you have to be in the quarantine unit. I sent a video about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I made a video talking about it, and I was pretty sick, and then I just shit-posted a random video, and then my test came back negative. I just essentially talked about my test and more about corona stuff, and then I was like, oh, okay, my doctor's saying I'm a false negative. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but this has caused me the most stress in my life in the last couple of months than anything else. It's been such a fucking pain in the ass. So the issue is, with that I had COVID. So it's like, I was confirmed by my doctor, and I was officially reported. Like, I was an officially reported case of COVID. Even that being said, though, I have only had 2 extremes. And it only tailors to what people want to believe. So it's like, okay, do you want to think that I didn't have COVID, and you don't believe me? Then the fact that my test came back negative proves those people so they all think I'm lying. And I don't know why. I don't know what, like, psychological part this plays into, or, like, I'm not sure, but whenever someone thinks I'm lying, it makes me have a fucking panic attack. I have anxiety issues, like, bad. And if someone thinks, I don't know why, but if someone thinks I'm lying, I panic really bad. And so I almost always try to be honest 100% of the time, and that's mostly it. Like, my brain forces me to be as honest as possible. And so people keep thinking I'm lying, and it stresses me out really fucking bad. And I'm not, like, over-exaggerating when I have panic attacks. Like, I have panic disorder, so it happens. Or you can think I did have it. So on my medical record, it says I have it. And whenever I go to something, and they're like, have you had COVID? They're not like, in the last 2 weeks. If they say in the last 2 weeks, I can say no. But if they're ever like, yo, have you been in direct contact or have had COVID-19, and I have to say yes. I then have to go through like the same type of shit like a black man did in the 1950s. Whenever someone figures out that I had COVID, then they're like, oh, they don't want to be anywhere near me. Even though I've been doctor cleared, I am not displaying symptoms anymore. I've not displayed symptoms for well over 2 weeks. Just knowing that I had it, people get very, very nervous around me. And they want to keep it far away from me as possible. They don't want to talk to me. It's genuinely, it's like a lot of personal stuff in my life that I'm not going to get into for the sake of privacy of those that it involves. It's made a lot of stuff personally a lot more difficult. And it's been shitty, man. It's been shitty. This is an update video. This is just another update video, and like this, I'm just gonna move on. This shit I don't even like talking about it. It's fuck me. I'm just moving on. Okay, so this is the update video. I just like month-to-month update video on the channel. I'm not really gonna go into it. Entitlement. Okay, so this is another thing like I talk about, like a lot of the advice videos where like people would kind of think almost 75% of the people that would contact me were like, they understood that I was trying to criticize their channel, and they would understand that I was criticizing them, and they wouldn't butt heads with that. They weren't egotistical and thinking my critiques were not valid. I was the one with the ego in that situation. But usually they almost always, when they were messaging me, felt like they deserved more success than they got. And a lot of times it would be hard, like they would talk about motivation issues. That's a very common theme. They talk about having poor motivation for trying to make YouTube videos, and a common theme with that was that they feel like they deserved more success than they had. And it was very hard to tell them, like, a lot of the times, like, no, like, your videos are worse than most people's that are doing well. Telling someone that's pretty hard, especially when I think my own are. I think I've gotten very lucky, and I almost feel like I'm an outlier, because I feel like my videos are worse than most videos that are doing to the level of mine are doing now, which are pretty well. Now we're going to talk about Jester MMO and the Jester MMO. Jester MMO has been a really weird point in my life, where I made this video where I'm like, yo, the point of the video was like, yo, this would be a really cool game, and I also wanted to have the point of like, I think whenever you want to pick up a project, like learning art, writing, programming, to have a project you can work on during you learning those things, I think it would be great for motivation. And it turned into a whole bunch of people wanting to help me make the game. And this has probably been my biggest regret since I've started the channel. To where I realized how enormous the project would have been, but I wanted it to be something, it was only me that it was relying on. That if I falter, or if I need to take a break, or if I need to focus on other things, because it can't be my number one thing. It consumes 100% of my time. The issue is that, like, I try to spend like 2 to 3 hours working on YouTube a day, and I work a full-time job. So that leaves me very little time, a lot of the times, like 2 to 3 hours a day at most, to work on the game, other than the days I have off. So I don't have the resources to work, to like have the team, but I didn't want to work under me, but I didn't want to give up on all the people that worked on it. And I have this issue, like, I can be very overly ambitious and sell something I want to do, and then not stick with it. So like, I've been to this weird thing, like, I want to prove to people that I'm not just going to try to sell this thing. I'm not just trying to sell this idea. I'm not asking for money, but not to sell this idea and then give up on all the people that were interested. And I want to very selfishly stick with this, because now at this point I'm wasting a lot of people's time. There have been a lot of people's time that I've directly wasted, and also I had a very good opportunity that if I had the ability to spend more time and my work ethic was better, that I would have been able to not waste people's time near as much as I have. And the issues that I had, realistically, like, at the peak, 30 people interested in this project and wanting to help. Now we're down to like 5, because people over time, it's been a month now that I've set up all of this stuff, and I've done very minuscule work on actually, because it takes so much of my fucking time, and I've not worked near as hard on it as I should have. And I've been trying to do that recently, and hopefully, and I've said this for so long that I'm like, oh, I'll get to doing it soon, and then something always keeps coming up. This last week, I wasn't uploading because I was moving, and a whole bunch of shit came up while I was moving that I wasn't expecting. Hopefully, though, literally tomorrow, there's like conceivably nothing that can happen now. I don't understand what more can go wrong to try to fucking sabotage me making this game and the team around it. But it's like, I do genuinely apologize to all the people I've wasted time with this, but I'm not giving up on it. It's just, it's caused a lot of people a lot of fucking problems, and I've essentially got no one left wanting to help with it. There's a couple of exceptions, but I've just disappointed a lot of people, and I'm really sorry about that. And I'm gonna skim over the other Jester MMO videos. I wish I was gay. I just wanted to talk about, like, all of the gay shit I've done. For a straight guy, I've done, like, way too much gay stuff. Literally, since I've made this video, I've questioned my sexuality. Because I'm like, I don't think a straight guy would be that open to doing gay stuff. But I've always had this thing, like, I'm so confident in how much I like pussy, I'll talk about gay shit. Yesterday Poetry, this is another old channel that survived, kind of like the Yikes old videos thing I want to talk about. I essentially just read songs like they were poetry. It's not that good. Another Jester MMO video. Nothing more to talk about there. This was just me reading my YouTube comments. I thought it would have been a lot funnier than it was, but it wasn't great. This one's a big deal. So YouTube rolled out a new monetization system. I don't know if it's available to everyone, but for me personally, it's been so nice. And I'm very happy that they did that. And I've now had almost all my stuff monetized. This is another, hey, this is a video I found on the internet I wanted to share. Just some kid who destroyed a fucking lamp. Very much so slapstick. Very similar to the dealing with my ISP video. Sometimes when I have a really bad day, I like just bitch on YouTube. It's fun to let off steam. And next video, I have a very strange diet. Like, the things I eat and drink are just like, my friends would question, like, if I'm human. As a human, I've just got weird stuff going on. Like, my skeletal system's just fucked. Like, just a whole bunch of stuff's weird. This was the first time I'm like, I kind of want to talk about, like, I hate saying philosophy. I feel like such a cunt saying that, but like talking about the way you think about things and why people think, it's fun. And I like this video a lot, and more videos probably like that coming soon, but they're hard to think of ideas for. Wait, I don't feel like I ever talked about the mechanical keyboard video. Wait, what? Okay, so this is another video I made. I just noticed. I don't think I talked about this video. Why not? Why is there a video not in my sub feed? There's a video that's just not in my videos. Why? Am I retarded? Okay, that's really odd. I have a video that like I didn't talk about because it just hasn't appeared. Is that normal? How many videos aren't here? That's really annoying. I guess I'm not gonna worry about it. That's so fucking odd. Alright, so I guess back to it. The bean sausage video is one of my favorite videos I've made. It was a lot of effort into that video. A whole bunch of fun. A lot of people wanted more videos like it. More probably soon. So this is, I talked about this earlier, a couple videos ago, negativity fueling opposition. Just essentially like, yo, stop feeding who you hate by just watching them constantly. Kind of similar to what I hate most about the internet. Okay, so there was a bill that wasn't getting a lot of attention at all. In Congress, there was very nearly a bill that was passed. Like, literally, like, one more vote. And it would have allowed them to see your browser history without a warrant. Which is crazy. Like, no one was talking about it. And so I'm like, that's fucking cancer. So I just made a video about it. You know? Doing what I can to get the word out. Yeah. This was a fun video. I got a $2 keyboard off of eBay, and I essentially destroyed the shit out of it. This is a lot of fun. So this is the video where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna spend all of my free time working on YouTube stuff. You know, I'm really gonna try in this. And then I proceeded to immediately not make videos for a week. Oh my lord. I swear to God, I'm spending all of my free time now. I really am sticking to this. But like, the issue was that right after that happened, I moved. I had a really good opportunity to move somewhere that is really nice. I'm gonna say this too. I like quiet a lot. I get that like it seems like I'm talking loudly and I'm kind of animated, but like, not that I'm a different person while I make videos, but I'm almost doing a speech. Does that make sense? I have like a speech voice on, so it's not as though I'm acting like I'm a different person or I'm playing a character. But if like you go to my stream, you'll notice that I'm very chill, and I'm in a house with neighbors that are like 100 feet away on each side. They don't bother me at all. I kind of like have some bad traffic noise, but overall, it's so quiet and it's so peaceful, and I'm so happy. Like, I just, as a person, I'm not someone who needs to be around people. All of my social stuff happens online. So it gives me just so much time to chill. Whenever I want quiet, I get it. Very happy right now. But yeah, and so, although, as soon as I fucking moved in, my ISP started causing shit. Holy fuck. I just made this video and it just happened, so I'm still livid about it. But overall, it's all resolved now. You know, it is what it is. But the problem's dealt with. You know, life's good. And that's about it. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to stick with this series. From what I'm saying by this recording, I was recording for about an hour, and this is going to be another test bed. William's series was the only series I really did, and I had videos that were kind of like a similar theme. But I want to try to do another series. If this series does not do well again, I will learn from it. Okay? The thing about it, though, is like, what I could do is I could take this hour of footage or so, about an hour and a half of footage from what it looks like, and I could make it a lot shorter, and essentially make an hour and a half recording into 10 minutes videos. But I don't want to do that. Because like I said, for me, effort like that, I don't like. So I'd rather have an hour and a half footage turn into like 5 videos. Because to me, it's far more about delivery than it is production. So if this series does not do well, don't worry. And also if it doesn't do well, you're probably not going to hear this anyways. But don't worry, I'm probably going to settle down making videos like this. I will still obviously keep making videos, but as of series-wise, I'm gonna chill the fuck down. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do hope it went well. This kind of gave me an excuse to talk about a whole bunch of shit about my videos that otherwise would have been very difficult to talk about, and it's stuff I've talked about on stream a fair bit. Also, my Twitch is going to be in the description. I'm going to try to start streaming a lot more, because almost all the Jester MMO development is going to be on stream. So yeah, have a good one, gamers.